Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be reviewing the iPhone 13 mini in 2022. This phone's priced between £570 to £630. This really depends on if you're buying it second hand or first hand, just depends on you. I'm going to say some key aspects of the phone that you guys actually need to know to help you decide if you guys are actually going to purchase it. This phone has 2340 by 1080 for the actual screen resolution. It has a 12 megapixel camera. It claims to have 40 hours and 51 minutes of battery life, and it takes about 2 hours to charge completely, as well as having a 5.2 inch screen. And now let's get into the nitty gritty, the main part of the review, pros, cons, and then my overall conclusion. The first positive about this device is actually how the size actually adds to the iPhone experience. You would actually think that it would ruin the experience of having a phone, just making it too small, but it actually improves my grip with the phone. I feel much safer holding this phone, unlike alternatives where I can barely grab on. So this is great for people with smaller hands and people with bigger hands who are really clumsy. Also, you would think that you lose a lot of quality with this device because of its cheaper price range, but really and truly you don't. I personally feel like it has a brighter LED screen than the original iPhone 13. And also, the last thing about the size in general is that it just really helps open up a lot of space in my pockets. I'm the type of person that needs as much space as possible. I consistently carry a massive wallet, AirPods, occasionally a few pens, and my pockets are always just packed somehow. So any way I can find to reduce the space is really a win in my books. The next positive is the camera and video quality. The camera is absolutely amazing. You can take amazing photos with little to no effort. I'm no photographer and I can take astounding photos with just a click of a button. I don't even need to focus, it does it by itself, which is actually crazy. It just makes the whole photography game much more accessible, and it pretty much does all the color correcting by itself. If you're the type of person that sits in color editor for about 5 to 10 minutes, you don't even need to do that. The images, as soon as you take them, come out perfect. Whenever I take a photo, it's always sharp, it's always precise and detailed. I don't feel like I'm losing a lot of quality when I zoom in. The next positive is anything to do with battery life and charging. Although, as you guys know, or as you guys should know, its charging capabilities is limited to 20 watts. So this will cause some problems for people that want to charge even faster than this. But 20 watts is more than enough. It can reach 80% within 30 minutes about, maybe a little bit faster sometimes. And this is more than enough. Although the battery life is kind of disappointing in comparison to what they actually said they were giving out, 40 hours, it does last a day very easily. This morning I started with about 100% at 9 AM and at 9 PM it's at 20% with no problems, and this is with casual use. I'm the type of person that goes on TikTok for 6 hours every day. And I'm shocked that this doesn't affect the battery life so much. If I was on an iPhone XR, let's say, my phone would have been dead a couple of years ago. So as you guys can tell, this battery life is actually crazy. And just the added bonus, if you guys didn't know, like all the new iPhones, it does have wireless charging if you guys are actually interested in that. The next positive is that it's really fast and really responsive to use. I can open apps much quicker than I can on any alternative, any older generation. It's so seamless, it feels like there's no delay at all. As soon as I click on an app, within a millisecond it's already loading, which is amazing. This creates a better environment and just makes it much better to use this. Also, just while swiping left to right, you can see how sensitive the screen is. It just makes it a much more immersive experience instead of waiting for 5 seconds for your screen to actually load instead of just swiping and it turning straight away. But now it's time for the problems I've had with this device. Things that I don't like about it and things that I would like Apple to improve on in the future. The first thing is the build quality. It's prone to scratches, it's prone to dents. This is mainly because the side is metal, so it can easily be scratched, and like all iPhones, it can break very easily. It does have a glass back and glass front. So again, you do need to be very careful. If you're like me, you can decide to buy a military grade case, or you can be like a normal person and just buy a regular case with a screen protector. Either way, you need to have something to protect your screen, even if you do have a lot of trust in your grip, because these micro scratches do add up and they start to get really bold really quickly. The next problem is something that I personally haven't experienced, but it is actually a current problem with this device. Some people have been saying that when they've actually tried to touch it to turn it on, it's not responding to them actually tapping on the device. They have to restart their phone completely for it to start working again. This is a consistent problem with specific devices, and it has not yet been fixed. So although it is with a limited number of people, it is a current problem. So before you make your purchase, I would say take this into consideration, because it could cause a variety of problems in the future. This isn't something that typically just happens. It actually comes straight from the box like this. So if you don't have the problem right now, the likelihood of you getting it in the future is 0 to none. The last negative of this device is the price. Although it is into the medium to high range, it's not within everyone's budget and is quite expensive, although it is cheaper than the original iPhone 13. So if you guys are looking for a budget phone, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you're looking for a high-end phone with a high specification and a high quality LED screen, it would be recommended to buy this. But now it's time for the conclusion of this device. In conclusion, it is actually a well-rounded phone. It has minimal problems and a variety of positives, a variety of reasons why you should buy this device in 2022. It has amazing battery life as well as amazing portability. It's basically the best features of the iPhone 13 in a miniature form. The only problems I would say is that it's kind of expensive, and for certain people it doesn't respond to the tapping at times. But apart from that, it is a great phone and I would recommend it in 2022. But nevertheless, hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider liking and subscribing and comment your favorite iPhone color. Nevertheless, thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.